Well, maybe fully immune now, but I'm in no hurry. So before I talk about Raya tomorrow, I thought I would talk about another game that I tried recently. It's not quite as heavy as Battlefield 5, but it's definitely something. Let's talk about Knockout City, but I crashed Swap Party. Yeah, as I mentioned before, or I did not have much hype for this game, and it just kind of came and went about, and when it was initially revealed, it was pretty telling they're focusing on the other spoof characters that appear to be takeoffs of things like special ops agents, orcs like you'd see in Warcraft, as well as especially the most notable of the bunch, the foul-mouthed Princess Charm. Or, I mean, because that was like the joke I tweeted about how it's when this was just like a dodgeball-based battle royale game, and like how since expected reaction, gamers are going to be so divided that Rex and Pyro are the next Smash Brothers fighter. Gamers, why does Princess Charm not have her own game? I mean, come on, nonsense. I actually think it would have been way more interesting than this product, which isn't bad. I mean, it's not complete garbage, but it's also not particularly memorable either. So I mean, I don't really mind like the whole stylized idea behind the game, but some of the decisions they made with style are weird to me. I mean, if we go have some of the drop frames here, it definitely captures like the whole look and feel of stuff you'd seen in the 90s, early 2000s, almost to a fault. However, something like Splatoon, as and to an extent Ninja Law, have this flair to it. It looks and plays at times like something you would see in the PS2, GameCube, and original Xbox era. In terms of controls, especially. I mean, the stuff I managed to unlock my avatar, her, who I decided to name them Gem. And I have at least has come a share between how you want to design them. Um, but otherwise, most of the mechanics are right, but there is one major problem that I'm going to get into. For the most part, the dodgeball-based battle royale gameplay works to a degree, but whether or not there's several problems on my end or theirs, there's the catch mechanic, like, was actually pretty unreliable for me. Since and it works a little bit better after remap controls, given how I tried on both the Switch and the PS4 version of the game. It's also available on Microsoft systems, but interestingly not on PS5 yet. However, er, that still left me with you have to push the catch it in a very specific way, otherwise it won't work, which it didn't really that often. So not just me, but also my teammates and my opponents were basically just instead of a dodge tackling and picking the loose ball instead. Which is kind of a problem when your whole main gameplay loop is based on dodgeball. I'm not saying it's impossible to make it work as a video game. I do kind of have a soft spot like the Super Dodgeball all games I had before her, but again, it makes a lot of strange decisions in terms of design, like how even if the balls have stuff like pinballs, bombs, or just even something like a glowing line running down the middle, it still sounds and hits like a real dodgeball, all for some reason, which interesting take, I'd say. I mean, I hate to keep bringing up other games of this nature, but Splatoon went all out with it, like with the N Zap, which is basically like the Zap where you can even unlock the Famicom colors being was my favorite to put. They were the blaster weapons. You can use like paint rulers to tell me the ones I could use the most often. Ninja, you have not just like bubblegum katana, but also oh bats based on corn, and also my favorite, personal favorite, like the Sushi X. I mean, Sushi X is love, Sushi X is life. So, not only hey, did I had the release date slip by my radar, and thanks no small part to the fact that I was working on my Mortal Kombat spoiler review and playing other games such as especially new Pokemon Snap. I mean, it definitely. I waited until the last weekend of the event, and even though they offered me a discount to actually buy into the full game, it comes free if you have EA Play. Hey, I'm not certain if I do, but uh, it, they're gonna have to do some overhauls to the balance and the bugs before I even consider trying the full version. And because I did not play during having the out of the beta period, so I wasn't aware it was like this. Yes, I mean, I hope it actually lasts long enough for them to make some improvements because I'm not saying it's impossible to bounce back from a rough first impression, and heck, Ninja Law managed to have a second beta, which ended up being much better received than the first. I mean, like I was tweeting, those Ninja Turtle gifts, it was because the servers kept crashing. I wasn't able to get into an actual match outside the sparring and training simulator. But yeah, one thing I will give credit towards, I'm glad that that cross-play is enabled, so not only can you play with opponents on other systems, but also your progress on one platform will transfer over to another, hence I was alternating between the Switch PS4 versions to work on this. So anyway, that's all I'll say for now. I'll definitely see you tomorrow with my first viewing thoughts on Raya and the Last Dragon later.